Hello. Welcome, everybody. This is Tattoober again, and this is episode 50 of the Build a World Challenge. It's hard to believe that we've already reached 50 episodes in this challenge. We've done a lot of work. I know 10 of the episodes were just making the zoo. That was quite a crazy experience. But we're here in Ravenwood. This is the map without deleting all the houses and everything yet. But I wanted to pop in here and just say we have an update for the challenge. The life and death update has arrived, and I just want to talk about that a little bit and give you guys a rundown and see where we're at on this. So, with the PDF here, it tells us to begin Ravenwood, both Willow Creek and Oasis Springs must be complete because it's intermediate, just like some of the other maps. We have to build a cemetery is the first community lot we do. So that's awesome. And then we have begin with 2 households. Use those households to unlock the beach and 2 lots of your choice. Once you have 3 community lots in total, you may place 2 more households, bringing you to a total of 4. Once you have 6 community lots in total, you may build 1 more household, bring your total to 5 households. And once you have 8 community lots in total, your world is full and you have completed Ravenwood. So that's Ravenwood. And that one will have, what does it say, 6 community lots or 8 community lots and 5 households in total. So that's pretty groovy. We could play that a little bit. My plan is to only move dead people there and have it populated by ghosts. So I probably won't start this till we have a few dead. Somebody's bound to die. And then they will live in Ravenwood. It'll be like our ghost city. We'll move all our ghosts over there to live. I think that'd be pretty fun to have just a little ghost town. To go a little bit further into this, we have the new spreadsheet for the challenge. It's been reworked and redone. So I wanted to go over that. You can see differences here already. I've already filled all my people in. So this is everybody that I have already. And we have generations now. So I don't know how exactly the generations are supposed to work. If the first people are 0 generation or if they're considered first generation. I don't know. So I just made 0 for everybody who I created from Create a Sim. And then their kids are the first generation Sims. That's how I've done it. Generation is just kind of so you know what generation you're on per household. I don't think it has anything to do with the challenge exactly. I haven't found anything that mentions generations other than have kids, which could be from any family. So either way, moving on, we now have our life state section, which is just more information for you to know who is in which life state. So most of us are humans. I did add some of my custom ones in here, like lichen and well, that's the only one I have right now. But our witches and fairies and so on are all in here. So when we get to those, they'll have their life state here. Now your source, as we see, is where they came from. So we have Create a Sim. That's our first ones that we made. Naturally Born. Those are obviously our naturally born kids. But you can see here we have adopted, alien pregnancy, Create a Sim, naturally born, married into the household, moved into the household, reincarnated, and robotic station, and so on and so forth. Science baby, townie. That's where these people came from to join into the world. So if they're a townie, you mark them as a townie, join the household. And if you made a servo, you know, the robotic station. If they died and joined the household, I'm assuming that's reincarnated. Or if they were a reincarnation, I'm not sure how that works. I haven't played with the reincarnations yet. But we have these. That's how they moved in. So I'm thinking if it's as a townie moves in, that's a townie, but married in and moved in, I'm not sure how those work because you're not supposed to move townies in unless you're engaged, if they're a spouse. So that would be married in, moved in, and townie all in one, right? I'm not sure. So that bit's a little bit confusing to me. I guess play it as you want to play it, how you want to use this. I'm sure this is just informational. It has nothing challenge bearing in mind. Just like the world, just so you can organize, what world your characters live in. So if you want to look and say, okay, we got Eva and Marcus here, they're in Forgotten Hollow and Moonwood Mill. And then deaths, nobody's died yet. We have our education section is a new one. I'm sorry, I'm just bouncing around everywhere on here. So education is our next section here. And we can do our grades. So I just put non-applicable for all of them. And then we can drop down and add what grade they finished school with. I'm waiting to find out how I can go early graduate for an A student. So it counts as an A. Because right here, Harvey, he's an early graduate. He graduated early, but he graduated with an A. Because he had an A for so long, he was able to graduate early. So I kind of think that should count as the 3 A's. Okay. Because you unlock your high school with 3 students getting an A in grade school. For the purpose of my challenge, the grade school 3 A's will unlock the ability to go to grade school because we have that mod. And then 3 high school students with A's will make the high school so we can go to school with our students. That's how I'm playing mine. That way we can play grade school and high school because I have the mod for grade school. We also have the cool function of university, and we can choose what degrees each one graduates with. So that's all of those. It shows all the degrees that you can get in a game. We don't need to go through all those. If you're playing, you know what they are. And then we go through all the skills. That's normal. Which we have thanatology now. And unlocking thanatology unlocks the funeral parlor or funeral home. I think that says funeral home. It's always, yeah, funeral home. Funeral home. So thanatology 1 thanatology gets the funeral home, which is one of the lots we'll build over in Ravenwood when we get that far. And then careers, it's all the same careers until we get to the blue ones here. We got the Reaper career, which is locked until you build the NWDD facility. And we'll get more into that in a little bit. And then we have the Undertaker and as a funeral director and Undertaker as a mortician. So we have to build a funeral home to be a funeral director, and we have to build a cemetery to be a mortician. So once we open Ravenwood and we build our cemetery, then we can do a Undertaker career for mortician. And then we will work to unlock the funeral home, which I'm sure we'll have with thanatology to get the funeral home and be able to do the Undertaker career as well. So we can get those once we open up Ravenwood. I think that'll be the first intermediate I play is Ravenwood, just so we can get those open. And then we have our aspirations. We got the Ghost Hunter aspiration, which unlocks, I believe it says the haunted house rental. Yeah, haunted house rental. So by completing that aspiration, we can build haunted house rental units or haunted rental units, which is pretty groovy because now we can create rental units that are haunted. And that's kind of like an income thing for one of our families, maybe, if we can get that money up to buy them. And then I think that is all the updates in the sim tracker. So now if we go to the unlocks tracker, we can get a little bit more detail here. We have the tarot card collection. It's a new collection with life and death expansion, which we can make ghosts and create a sim, which is a little bit tricky. I think you just have you have to create their cause of death and it'll make them into a ghost. It's not actually like an occult, but it's there. We can host funerals once we build a funeral home. So we can actually go to funerals when people die. And we just went over the ghosts unlocked by collecting tarot cards. Now the NWDD is unlocked by completing a mortician career. So once we build our cemetery, we can finish the mortician career, and that'll unlock the NWDD, which will unlock the Reaper career. So you see how that kind of plays together. I like how they set this up. I think she did a really good job setting this up. Funeral home is 3 Sims maxing thanatology. I say we would get back to that. Cemetery is unlocked by having 5 deaths. So 5 Sims have to die in order to make the cemetery, which is our first community lot in Ravenwood. So we may or may not do Ravenwood first, because I don't know if I'm going to have 5 deaths. Unless we deliberately kill some people. Unless we deliberately kill some sins, I don't think we're going to have 5 deaths by then. But we shall see. We will see. Now, Ravenwood festivals are locked right now until we begin Ravenwood, and then we can go to Ravenwood festivals. So that's kind of groovy there. I think that is all the updates. We went over haunted rentals already. Oh, we have a family restaurant is new. Unlocked by completing the appliance whiz. I think that's an aspiration. So that can get us I almost said flying restaurant. Yeah, appliance whiz aspiration. I wish these were all open like this so you can read them all. But it's all right. It's all right. But that's a family restaurant. We now have a flower shop as well. Is new to the update. And that says, here we go, unlock 3 Sims maxing the flower arranging skill or by completing the funeral director career. We can build a flower shop. So that's a groovy one. Psychic shop is another new one. And that's by completing the Reaper career. We can do a psychic shop, which is kind of groovy. But I think that is all the updates with there. We have our Ravenwood section in here. I know we have that. That's our little connection here. We had to build a cemetery, 2 lots. We have 0 lots until we have 2 households. Then we can do 3 lots. First having to be the cemetery, and then so on. We went over this once already. So this won't be too difficult to complete, depending on what we put there. But I think that is all of our updates for this pack. But I will go over here to the data tab. We do have these here. I added in the fairy, the lichens, the witches, and I do have another one to add in here too. But we will get into that later. I'm not going to spoil the fun, but I do have another life state we will play later on in the game. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to talk about it yet. But we do have another occult that I haven't brought into the game yet. Well, it's in the game. I have it installed, but I haven't played with it yet very much. I don't want to say we haven't played with it yet, but we haven't played with it yet very much. And just an update too, I want to go over here to our writing career. We did get Ruth up to level 8 writing, so she's almost to 10. We already have Corbin at 10, and we have to get 1 more to 10 to start playing our vampires again. So I haven't decided, since those are the only 2 with her writing career right now, other than Simon, who's level 1. So Simon might start writing. He's our mixologist. So I don't know if writing is exactly the skill for him, but I was thinking it would be interesting to make Alice the Alice Lovelace here. She is our future vampire. We discussed that later on. She will end up getting in a relationship with Corbin. Not Corbin, I'm sorry. Um, Marcus. Alice and Marcus will end up being together, and that'll create our vampire lineage. She's our future vampire for Marcus. Um, so I think getting her writing up to level 10 would be kind of cool, and she might just be like a horror book novelist. She might just write horror stories. I'll just have her keep practicing writing until she gets up to horror, and she'll just publish a bunch of horror stories, which would be kind of a cool backstory for a vampire, because she's going to live forever and just keep writing stories for the rest of her life. So that's kind of cool. I think that'd be a good story for Alice. Um, we haven't figured out Marcus's life story yet. We know Lily is going to go into our vampire bloodline. That's kind of the story I wanted to go with Alice and Lily, is where one's a vampire, one's a werewolf. They're sisters. So they're kind of opposing forces. And yet they're sisters. So we can play that out. I think that'll be kind of fun to go there. And I'm trying to figure out who else we had doing what. Um, Eric is our Lycan. I plan to bring Eric and Eva together in a relationship, but I'm not sure if I still want to do that. Because of how I want to play Moonwood Mill, we have our 3 residents we can have there, like 3 different residential, there's 1 residential building, home, but the pack houses are also residential homes, but there are community lots. They're just unlocked by completing Moonwood Mill. So we need 1 for the collective, which Eva is working on being the leader of. And then we're going to need 1 for the Renegades. I believe that's their name, the Moonwood Renegades. And that's where I kind of wanted to put Lily as the leader of the Moonwood Renegades. And if I'm saying that wrong, let me know in the comments. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I think they're the Renegades, but I don't want to have to go look to find out. So that's our plan with Lily. So because Eric is also our Lycan, I think I might have him meet up with another werewolf in the game and create offspring to create like a Lycan werewolf hybrids, which essentially are the same thing. There's just different skills they can do and different appearances, but we can create our own packs with them, and which allows us to make custom packs. So I'm going to make my own pack for our werewolves, and Eric will be the leader of that pack. I don't want to bring all of my Sims into it because we kind of have to have a leader of the collective and a leader of the Renegades for the challenge. So it'd be kind of silly to bring everybody into one and just keep making more werewolves. So I think if we build our bloodlines from these, I'm not sure how we do it. I might make Eric get with, Eva, and then they kind of split up, I guess, maybe divorce, and he starts his own pack. I don't have much of a storyline for Moonwood Mill yet. I just wanted to get it started and move those Sims over and build what we're building. But I can't move Eric out of Willow Creek until we advance more with Eva. So that's kind of where we're holding off on Moonwood Mill for now. And we're doing good with Elsa and Hugo. They're our brother and sister spellcrafters. But once we advance more with our spellcasters, then we can do more with our fairies and witches, but I want to advance more in Glimmerbrook for residents, and then we will bring in more of our spell casting uh sims, like witches and fairies. So I don't know if I can actually move them into Moonwood Mill yet. I'm not sure on that yet. We can find that out actually here now too. So Moonwood Mill, it's not Moonwood Mill, it's Glimmerbrook. So we don't get another residential lot. Once we complete Spellcraft and Sorcery, we get the library. Once we get Purveyor of Potions, we get the bar. Magical Artifacts, we get the Magical Shop. And then we complete all three and we get the Realm of Magic College. And that's when we can build a school. So we'll have to move them into somewhere else. And I don't know where we want to move our fairies to. We might put the fairies in Willow Creek when we get to 12 households. I may build our fairies then if we have Glimmerbrook done. I'm going to try to get Glimmerbrook done and then, get to our 12 in Willow Creek. It's a process. I'm not sure still if we're supposed to be playing multiple worlds. I think we're supposed to go one at a time. So I'm really trying to work on Willow Creek. But for me to put my fairies over here, because they live in the Sylvan Glade. So it's kind of where I want to have them live because they come from the tree in Willow Creek, which kind of makes sense. So I think I'm going to put the fairies there. Whether or not I base it on Glimmerbrook or not, I don't know. But for now, we're going to probably put a fairy home in Willow Creek pretty soon because I really want to do that. I want to have my fairies in the game. I think it'd be really fun. And then we have mermaids to unlock as well. I want to get mermaids, but in order to do that, I need either Sulani for the beach. Because we have to have a beach unlocked before we can do mermaids. I'm pretty sure that's what that says, right? Is have a beach lot for mermaids. Okay, unlocked by completing the conservationist career. But we can't unlock the conservationist career. We'll go back to the Sims tracker here. This is where we have to do this to do this. So conservationalist, it should be right in here somewhere here. We need a beach and a beach. So we have to build a beach. So I think Sulani is the smartest place to build a beach. I don't know, does Ravenwood have a beach? I don't see a beach in Ravenwood. I just kind of glanced back at it myself, but I don't see a beach in Ravenwood. So I don't think that's an option. But it said something in didn't it say something in here about a beach? I thought it said something here about a beach. You can unlock build to community. You may build one haunted rental lot in Ravenwood if you wish. You must unlock each of them. I thought there was something about a beach. Oh. Begin with 2 houses. Use the households to unlock the beach and 2 lots of your choice. So I think that might be an error. I think that might have been a Solani copy or something. Because I don't think there's a beach in Ravenwood. So I think I'm gonna I've been talking with the new, I don't want to say the creator of this challenge, because the person working on it now has kind of taken it over. So the new manager, let's say, the new brains behind the challenge, we can go that route. She's been nice enough to talk to me on Tumblr. We've been communicating back and forth. So I will ask her about this because I don't think that's actually right. I might be a typo because if we look at uh here, we'll go back to back to here. I don't see a beach. This is a residence. This is a Hay Hill Landing. It's a park. And then we have these residents. We have haunted houses over here. And then Mystic Crossroads is a residential. These are all residentials. There's no beaches. That's our cemetery. I haven't deleted any of these lots yet, so I can kind of know what this is before we build. But yeah, there's no beach here, so I think that's a typo in the sheet. I think that's a typo. Because unless there's something here that I haven't found yet that allows you to go to a beach and we can build it. But nothing that I see here has a beach. So I think that's just a copy and paste from Sulani. Which when we go to Sulani, I haven't deleted all these houses yet. I've been really, lazy on it. But key point here is a beach lot we can make into a beach. We have Sapphire Shores we can make into a beach. Or any of these we can make into a beach. So I know you guys will tell me that in the beginning of the game it says delete all the houses, but we did that once and I glitched my game out. So I'm not going to do that. Here's another beach we can do in Tartosa. But I think Tartosa is actually, isn't that the wedding place? I think Tartosa is the wedding place. Let's go back to our Excel spreadsheet. And look at, no, Tomarang. Is that it? No, Tomarang is not it. Which one is the challenge for the, yeah, it is. See, it's over here. Tartosa is the wedding venues. So this is a wedding venue challenge. We have to compete 2 households for the wedding rivals. So there'll be 2 households. They'll both create wedding venues and community lots. And whichever one we get to own it says here, the first rival household owns 3 wedding-themed businesses in Tartosa earns 1 motherlode cheat per household member. So it's pretty groovy. But they compete for the wedding venue. So we can still make a beach there technically, as long as we unlock the beach. But we have to do the conservationist careers here in order to do that. Which I think is what we're working on with what's her name here? Rain. I think she is set up to be a conservationist. But I can't do it yet. Because we don't have a beach. Unless I'm reading these wrongs. I want to look at this one more time. Conservationist locked. It unlocks by building a beach. Right. And in order to build a beach, we had to. I'm probably double backing on this, but I'm trying to get this, and I wanted to kind of share this information episode with everybody. And now I don't find beach here. I don't find beach. There's a beach house rental. There we go, beach. 3 Sims matched in a fitness skill. Okay, so that's what we got to work on. We got to get 3 Sims to max fitness, and then go to Solani so we can build the get the conservationist career. So I might make a different career idea because we have to finish, I believe, Oasis Springs before we can do these. I think we have to finish Willow Creek and Oasis Springs before we can start an intermediate lot. So we can check real quick before we come to the end of this video. We're getting pretty close. Let's find I think all of these say, yeah. If we're going through all of these, they all say Willow Creek and Oasis Springs must be completed. So I don't think, yeah, Willow Creek and Oasis Springs must be completed. And the first lot we have to build is a beach. So we'll complete Willow Creek and Oasis Springs. And I think I'm going to get a different career path for our founders. He's already a writer, and he's already on like level 3 of our writing career. But I need to find a new career path for Rain. Because I don't think she's going to be able to do the... She can't wait that long for a job. So I'm going to have to look through how to unlock these careers some more. And then we will get further into getting these people jobs. Because we only have 2 people employed right now, just to be fair. Sean Quinn he's a manual labor. He's unlocked that career. And forgot the other one, our writer career. Those are the only 2 careers we have unlocked right now. Is manual labor and, right? Yeah, manual labor, which we got by building the community garden. And that's Sean. And then our writing career, Corbin unlocked by 1 sim maxing the writing skill. That's what it says. I don't know if I tabbed over that way and didn't say in the screen, but it unlocked by 1 sim maxing the writing skill. So I think I'm gonna put big sister, like I had said, Alice Lovelace as a writer, and she'll be like a journalist, or maybe I'll put her as an author as well. He can actually be either one of these. He's level 3 right now. He's not into either one of these branches yet. He's just in the writing branch. I put him as an author, but I could change him to a journalist and put Alice as an author. Or I can put them both as an author and put somebody else as a journalist. Maybe Ruth can be a journalist. Because she's almost a level 10 writing. She's level 8, so we could put her in a journalist career. And she's like this the mom that does journalism. We have to figure out what the other ones here unlock. Super parenting. We don't have that yet. We can build a fitness studio. Let's figure that one out. Build a gym is 3 Sims getting fitness. So we could make some bodybuilders, you know. Astronauts, 1 Sim maxing the acting skill. Maybe we can make Rain an actress and a writer. Because I can just start having her do her acting skill. But I was trying to figure out what we had for gardening, because we've been working her gardening is at level 10. So we can't do civil designer yet. Business management we can't do yet. We're not that far along. Barista, we built a cafe. So we had to build a cafe. We can look into see what we have to do to get cafe unlocked. Um, but we need to really start focusing on some of these careers because we got a bunch of broke Sims. One skill maxing mischief, we can unlock a criminal career. So we can actually work on that too. Um, food critic by building any restaurant, which I think we just have to get 3 Sims to max out cooking to start a restaurant. So we're not too far off from getting a lot of these. We have to build a bar, and that's 3 Sims maxing mixology. And that's what we're going to do with Simon Quinn, because he's at level 10 mixologist. We need 3 at level 10 first, though. Beach is a diver. Um, unlock Brightchester, we can get an education. So we got a lot of work to do to unlock a lot of these careers. Needless to say, there's a lot of work to be done. But I think we've had a lot of fun so far in this series. Where I'm super excited to be on episode 50 in the series. So don't forget to give us a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can maybe be one of these people that give me the first comment on my videos. They've been playing in my comment section with first, like who's first to comment. So get involved. Let me know y'all are out there. And I'd love to talk with you guys, your gals. Let me know what you think. And as always, stay blessed.